Yo guys, you know what time it is. It's time to preview our next match against AS Roma at the San Siro. Friday night, 7:45 p.m. UK kickoff. It's not going to be an easy match. Roma this season are reborn under Paulo Fonseca, the coach they brought in from Ukraine, from Shakhtar Donetsk. His 4-2-3-1, very vertical, very attacking. It's been an exciting addition to the Serie A. He's adapted to the Serie A really well, and this Roma team are actually really exciting to watch, and the results have been good. They are currently 4th in the table, and they've only lost twice this whole season. You know, the past Roma teams that we've seen have been very vulnerable. Players like Pellegrini, like Chris Smalling, who's turned into Smaldini, have been reborn under Paulo Fonseca, and he deserves big credit for that. And even players like Davide Santon, he looks like an actual footballer now rather than, you know, whatever he was when he used to play at Inter, volleyball player. I don't know what he was. And wins and only one defeat, so they're coming into the match in pretty good form as well. They've struggled with injuries as well, even worse than Inter actually. A lot of their players have been injured. As you can see here right now, Davide Zappacosta is injured for them. He's out for pretty much the whole season on loan from Chelsea, but he's not too much of an important peg to the team. The important losses are Brian Cristante in midfield and Justin Kluivert, who has been hitting good form this season. Unlike Di Francesco last year, Kluivert has been getting some good playing time this year, and he has been impressing. So he's going to be an important miss for Roma on the wings with his pace and skill. They've also been missing Diawara for a lot of the season, who was one of their marquee signings, but he's slowly come back into the team. And the fact that they've been performing even without these important players just shows how good this team are and how well Fonseca's adapted. He's even moved Gianluca Mancini into midfield in a few matches when he usually is a centre-back, and he's played there really well. So even when he's chopping and changing, the team has adapted well to his tactics, and they're a very good watch. The danger man, of course, I don't think they need to be told, of course, is Edin Dzeko, the top scorer with 6 goals this season in the Serie A. The man was linked and very close to joining Inter according to reports, but in the end ended up signing a new contract, and he would have been a substitute to Lukaku anyway. But what a substitute he would have been, I still would love him to be at Inter, but of course due to his age and other reasons, his salary as well, it's kind of turned out well that he's not at Inter, especially for Roma as well. But he will be a man to watch on Friday night. The other man to watch, as I mentioned before, Lorenzo Pellegrini, who's been elevated to a next level under Fonseca. He's been playing as a centre attacking midfielder in the 4-2-3-1. It's a position that he's played in sometimes before, but he's really made it his own this season. He is the top assister for the team with 6 assists, and it's not just the assists, his general performances this whole season have been good. According to Who Scored, he is the top performing player for their team as well. And he only has a 30 million euro release clause, and Inter have been linked with him in the past, and 30 million release clause is peanuts for a player of his quality and his age. Is only 23 years old, I believe. I think he would be a great addition to our midfield if we are able to snap him up before he renews his contract and they take that release clause out of there. Another interesting stat I found actually is that they haven't lost at half time yet. So in every single game they've played, they've not lost at the 45-minute mark, whereas Inter are known that this season we're strong starters, and Lautaro has been scoring a lot before the 30-minute mark. So that's going to be an interesting matchup of two stats there, where Roma doesn't seem to be losing at half time, but Inter are very strong before half time. Moving on to us, of course, you know, not too much focus on our opponents. We've been on great form as well, even due to our injury hit squad. And of course here I've got the graphic of who was out injured. Of course we got Alexis Sanchez, who won't be back until after Christmas, and then we have Barella, same for him as well, who just had his knee operation. He should be back after the Christmas break. And then Stefano Sensi, the unknown injury in his abductor muscle that just keeps reoccurring, or his precautionary measures that they're not letting him come back. Or I've read that he's gone to visit a specialist in Munich regarding the injury, and he's advised for a longer rest period, and he's supposed to be coming back after the Christmas break as well, which is it's a big hit to us, because we've been expecting him to come back every other match. Like, yeah, don't worry, he's coming back, but it just hasn't happened. And then Gagliardini, last match, got another injury as well, which is a big shame because he just came back. You know, he's not like he's a world-class player, but he's a useful player in the squad, especially with all these injuries in midfield. To all those injuries, it looks like the likely midfield to start will be the one that started against Slavia Praha, with the Borja Valero in the Regista role, defensive mid. Brozovic moved up slightly to the left centre mid position, and Matias Vecino as right centre mid. But there could be some surprises because, of course, we do have Barcelona next week, and that is a very, very important match that we have to win. So I'm sure Antonio Conte will have at least half an eye on that match. So Borja Valero can't play 90 minutes fully. So if he does start, I'm sure someone else will come in, whether Brozo moves back after 60-70 minute mark into the defensive mid position, and someone else comes into midfield. Asamoah, he's recovered from injury, and Asamoah can play centre mid. He started off his career as a centre mid. He's moved to a left wing back position more recently, but he can do a job there. We saw even in pre-season matches under Spalletti, he used to do a decent job at centre mid, and he's an option. Candreva, who's also been mentioned, he's also an option to move into centre midfield. Another option, as I've mentioned in previous videos before, giving a chance to the young Lucien Agoume, who's shown some decent promise in for the French under-17 team in the inter pre-season matches and for Sochaux last season. But knowing Antonio Conte, I don't feel like he'll be thrown into the Lions den like that. Another more emergency option we have is putting Miljan Skriniar there, who has played there for the Slovakian national team, but isn't played more as a two centre midfielders rather than the one defensive mid position. So it's a bit of a risky choice, but it could be something that could work. The squad management that Conte has adopted this season is one of the small criticism I have for him. As we've seen, Borja Valero can do a job, and I think he should have been playing a little bit more. I've said in the past, Brozovic should have been able to rest a little bit more. At the back, we got Diego Godin, who didn't play the last match, and usually he does come in after he's rested. But Roma, as I said, they play quite attacking, vertical football with pacey wingers. So I don't know if Diego Godin should come back into the team straight away. I would like to keep D'Ambrosio there at the right centre-back position and then bring Diego Godin for the match against Barcelona, because we'll need his experience 100% in that match. Overall, I'm quite confident going into the match. We're in great form. Even though we have those injuries, I'm still quite confident because the two strikers up front, Lautaro and Lukaku, are just in banging hot form. I can't see them to not scoring, either of them. Roma like to play quite a high line, and one of the strengths of this Antonio Conte Inter team is the ability to play the ball in behind. As we've seen against Torino, against Slavia Praha, we're dangerous on that counter-attack. Our players, our defenders as well, are all able to play a good ball into the behind of the defence. Roma play a high line. The wing-backs position, I would like to see Lazaro starting and then Candreva to play against Barcelona. But knowing Antonio Conte, probably be a Candreva and Biraghi combination. He seems to be continuing to play Biraghi, even though his form has not been that great really. But I think he trusts his Smaldini and Mancini have built a great partnership, that I have to admit, and they've improved a lot, especially Smalling. But there's still, in my eyes, quite a susceptible back line, especially if Florenzi plays or even Santon plays. Yes, they've improved, but there's still defensively, I see lapses in there, and I think Inter strikers and strike force can take advantage of that. And my score prediction is a 2-1 win for Inter. But yeah, I've gone for the 2-1 prediction for Inter. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Let's not think about Barcelona yet. We're first, we need to confirm, we need to secure that first position ahead of Juve. Then next week we'll think about Barcelona, and of course I'll bring you the preview for that, and I'll see you for next one. Make sure to like, subscribe, helps me out a lot, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.